Welcome to the SI Academy. So next topic is that the acid was what happens when acid or base in a water solutions. Next topic is what happens to an acid or base in a water solution. We already know that when what happens when acid or base react with metal and react with metallic oxide and non-metallic oxide. Now we have to study about what happens acid or base in a water solution. Let us start today's topic, that is the activity 2.9. Do acid produce ions only in aqueous solutions? Let us test this. So all acids produce only in aqueous solution. So you have to study here. Take activity 2.9. Take about 1 gram of solid NaCl. What we have taken? NaCl, sodium chloride, in a clean and dry test tube and set up the apparatus as shown in figure 2.4. So this is the apparatus. Here we have taken dry NaCl in a test tube. Add some concentrated sulfuric acid to test tube. What we added? Concentrated sulfuric acid means H2SO4. That is the NaCl plus H2SO4. So what do you observe? There is a gas coming out from the dilute. You have to observe here which gas is liberated here. So next, test the gas evolved successfully with dry and wet litmus paper. So if the evolved gas, there is a evolution of gas, and that evolution of gas means that gas is tested with the blue litmus paper and with dry and wet paper. If in each case the litmus paper changes the color, so only the litmus paper changes in the case of wet litmus paper. So wet litmus paper changes the color when we tested the gas. So that is it does not changes the color with the dry litmus paper. So it only changes the color with wet litmus paper. On the basis above activity, what do you infer about the acidic character of dry HCl and HCl solution? So HCl changes only with the wet litmus paper. So this reaction is, what is the reaction here? So this reaction is simple. So what we have taken here? NaCl plus what you have taken? Sulfuric acid, correct? What is sulfuric acid? H2SO4, correct? So it will gives the, this is the reactant side. So and this will gives the NaSO4, sodium sulfate plus HCl. Which gas liberate here? HCl is liberate. So sodium chloride react with the sulfuric acid that produces the product as a sodium sulfate plus acid, that is the HCl. So preparation of this is called as the HCl gas. This gas is react only with the wet paper, wet blue litmus paper, not dry litmus paper. The HCl gas only react with the wet litmus paper. So this is the preparation of HCl gas. How HCl gas is prepared means by the simple we have to take NaCl plus H2SO4, and that will gives the NaSO4 plus which gas liberated here? HCl gas is liberated. This is the activity 2.9 chemical equation. Note that this is important. How HCl prepared means by reacting sodium chloride plus H2SO4 or sulfuric acid, it gives the sodium sulfate plus HCl gas. Next, this experiment suggests that hydrogen ions in HCl are produced in the presence of water. So I told that the HCl react with blue litmus paper only in the case of wet. Wet means that contain the moisture. Moisture means water. So that is here to saying that HCl are produced in the case of presence of water. So that is wet means it will be the content of water in it. So that is why HCl is only reacting with the blue litmus paper with the wet, not dry. So that separation of H plus ions from HCl molecules cannot occur in the absence of water. So the H plus ions, H plus means acidic ions, so H plus is responsible for the acidic character. So H plus ions is released from the HCl solution only in the presence of water molecules. So this is the reaction here. HCl is reacting with water molecules, so that will produce the hydronium ion. So the chlorine will be separated here. H3O plus is called as the hydronium ions. This is called as the hydronium. H3O plus is called as the hydronium. This hydronium ions is hydronium ion is produced in the presence of water molecules. Remember that hydronium ions is produced in the presence of water molecules only. Hydrogen ions cannot exist alone. This hydronium ion cannot exist alone, but they exist after combining with water molecules. So here this hydronium ion cannot exist as a alone, but it is formed by the help of water. So this HCl here, this is, see the reaction properly here, HCl is there and H2O is there. So this H3 H plus 2 that becomes the H3 and O. So and chlorine will liberate separately. So because of the water molecules, the hydronium ion will be liberated. So remember that hydronium ions is produced only in the presence of water molecules. If the water molecules is not present, means there is no liberation of this hydronium ions. Thus hydrogen ions must always be shown as a H plus or a hydronium ion. So hydronium ions is represented in two ways. One is the H plus ions, or we can write H3O plus. This is the two method we can write the hydronium ions. Only H plus ions or H3O plus ions we can write in this two form, H3O plus or only H plus. That's both are called as the hydronium ions. H plus we can write, this is correct, and this is also correct. This is called as the hydronium ions. So this is the H plus H2 that gives the hydronium ions. We have seen that acids give H3 plus O plus or H plus ions in water. Let us see what happens when base is dissolved in water. So we concluded here acid react with water, that will gives the H plus ions or H3O plus 1. Sometime one more question comes here. When acids are dissolved in water, which type of ions produced? Means we can write H plus ions or H3 plus O ions. This is a simple one mark question. Next, in the case of that is acid, means what will produce it by the bases, means simple, that also that produce the OH minus ions. Acid produces H plus ions and base produces here what ions? OH minus ions. This base produces OH minus ions, acid produces which ions? H plus ions. Acid produces H plus ions, base produces OH minus ions. Remember that, very important point. Always acid produces in water H plus ions, bases produce which ions? OH minus ions. This plus sign, negative signs are very important here. Acid produces plus ions, bases produce OH minus ions. This is called as the hydroxide ions. This is called as the hydronium ions. Simple. So next, so in case of this is taken as the sodium hydroxide, NaOH, what makes it? That will gives the Na plus OH minus, correct? Next, in case of we have taken potassium hydroxide. So in case of potassium hydroxide, means again K plus ions and OH minus ions. OH minus means hydroxide. High means hydrogen, oxide means oxygen. So hydroxide, because of why we are calling as the hydroxide ion, means they are present in the oxygen molecule as well as the hydrogen molecule, that is called as the hydroxide. High means hydrogen, oxide means oxygen. So again magnesium hydroxide that dissolved in water, means that will also gives the Mg plus OH minus ions. This is the simple. Acid or base react with water, that produces the two type of ions. Acid produces H plus ions in water and base produces ions OH minus in water molecules. Next, base generate hydroxide OH ions in water. Base are soluble in water, so it called as the alkali. Again, 1 mark definition. Bases which dissolve in water. Bases which dissolved in water are called as the alkali. 1 mark question. Bases which dissolved in water are called as the alkali. So with example means you can write out of 3 of one of them, that is the sodium hydroxide in water, potassium hydroxide in water, and magnesium hydroxide. These are the 3 examples of bases soluble in water are called as the alkali. That is very important. 1 mark question. What is alkali means you can write bases which are soluble in water or dissolved in water are called as the alkali. Next, all acids do not dissolve in water. So all bases do not dissolve in water. Some basic compounds are dissolved in water, but we cannot say that all bases are dissolved in water. Some bases are dissolved in water, that are called as the alkali. An alkali is a base that dissolves in water. They are also soapy to touch. Soapy means smooth to touch. Bitter and corrosive. They are bitter and corrosive means strong and corrosive. Corrosive means rusting. Never taste or touch them as they may cause harm. So we cannot touch the bases because they are bitter and corrosive, and that will harm to our skin. So you cannot touch, but we can touch using gloves. So we cannot touch without gloves. So that will cause us to skin. So which of the bases in table 2.1 are alkalis? So 2.1. In 2.1 table we having the different types of bases. What is the NaOH, that is the sodium hydroxide, MgOH2, magnesium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide. So calcium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, aluminum hydroxide. So these are called as the bases. Correct? These are called as the bases that we are discussed in that we have discussed in the activity 2.1. So next, now we have identified that all acids generate H plus and all bases generate OH minus ions. We can view the neutralization reaction as follows. So neutralization reaction. What is neutralization reaction? When acid and base to give salt and water is called as the neutralization reaction. So here acid always produces H plus ions and bases produces OH minus ions. Remember that hydroxide ions produced by base and hydronium ions produced by acid. Simple. Acid base gives salt and water. This is called as the neutralization reaction. In place of X you have to take a metal. So H, this is the simple. H is a acid, here OH M is a metal. So that is the base you have to take here. This is the H plus ions and OH means this is simple example. So next, again very important activity. So what happens when water is mixed with an acid and base? So that is activity 2.10. So next topic is what happens when acid or base mixed with water. Take a 10 ml water in a beaker. You have to take a water of about 10 ml. Add a few drops of concentrated H2SO4 and swell the beaker slowly. And what are we adding? So we have taken the 10 ml of water in it, and we are adding which type of solution? H2SO4. Remember that you have taken 10 ml of water in a beaker and we are adding H2SO4 gas. Touch the base of the beaker. You have to touch this base. There is a change in temperature. You have to observe when we added the H2SO4 that we feel that there is a warm. Warm means that will heated because of the we are adding H2SO4 in it. Is this an exothermic or endothermic process? What is this, endothermic or exothermic? So as your answer is correct, this is the exothermic reaction. Why exothermic reaction? Means the heat is released means that is called as the exothermic reaction. Heat is absorbed means that is called as the endothermic reaction. Repeat the above activity with the sodium hydroxide pellets and record your observation. Now again, instead of H2SO4 you have to take sodium hydroxide pellets, means small size of circle, so that tablets, so you have to put in the solution. What happens that time also, that bottom surface of the beaker again get heated or get warmed, you have to observe here. The process of dissolving an acid or base in water is a highly exothermic one. Remember that the mixing of acid or a base in a water is a highly exothermic one. Care must be taken while mixing concentrated nitric acid or a sulfuric acid. So remember that while adding nitric acid means HNO3 is called as the nitric acid, and sulfuric acid means H2SO4. These are the very strongest acid among all. So HNO3 and H2SO4 are the very strongest acids among all acid. So these are adding to the water means you have to take some care. Why means the acid must always be added slowly to water with the constant stirring. So we have to add acid like HNO3 and H2SO4 slowly to the water with the continuously stirring. If water is added to a concentrated acid, the heat generated may cause the mixture to splash out and cause burns. So here first question arises here, why water is not added to the acid? First question, why water is not added to the acid, or otherwise it will be asked like that, it is advised that water cannot added to the concentrated acid. Now our question is like that, why water is not added to the acid, one type of question. Another, it is advised that water cannot added to the acid. So this question you have to write the answer. The heat generated may cause the mixture flash out and cause burns. The heat when we are adding water to the acid, the heat generated cause the mixture to splash out and cause burns. Burns means our skin will be burned. And the glass container may also break due to excessive local heating. So what are the reason why water is not added to the concentrated acid means, so the heat generated cause the mixture splash out and cause burns. The gas container may also break due to local excessive heating. This is the answer for this. This is very important question. So what is why acid is not added to the water means, or why it is advised that water is not added to the concentrated acid means, you write for this answer. So heat generated may cause mixture flash out and cause burns. The gas container may also break due to excessive local heating. This is the simple answer for this question. Look at the glass container. So look out for the warming sign in the figure 2.5 on the can of concentrated sulfuric acid and on the bottle of sodium hydroxide pellet. So the concentrated acid and the concentrated base that written on that bottles, that should be taken with very care, otherwise that will harm and that will cause us a burn. Simple. Mixing an acid or base with water result in the decrease in the concentration of ions, either it may be hydronium ions or a hydroxide ions per unit volume. Such process is called as the dilution, and the acid or base is to be diluted. Here one more question again very important: what is a dilution process, or what is a dilution means? You can write here. So mixing of an acid or base with water results in decrease in the concentration of ions. So mixing of acid or base with water results in decrease in the concentration of H3 plus or OH minus ions per unit volume. Such process is called as the dilution. So one more question very important. So here first term comes here, dilution or diluted. So you already heard about the word diluted. Another one is called as the concentrated. So what is concentrated and what is the diluted means? The only difference between diluted and concentrated means, diluted means it is mixed with water, and that is called as the diluted. So concentration means without mixing of water is called as the concentrated. This concentrated is very dangerous to handle because that is that contain more number of hydronium ions, that is in the case of acid, that contain hydroxide ions in the case of base. That is very dangerous to handle, but we can easily handle H2O, sorry, diluted solution, because it will contain the H2O, because the concentration of that solution will be decreased because we are added water in it, so that decreases the concentration. So that is very less reactive or less violent, but this is a concentrated, it is very dangerous. So this is very simple 1 mark question. What is dilution means? We can write. Next topic is, we already know that the acid produces H plus ions and base produce OH minus ions. Means next, on what basis or how we can say that strong acid and a weak base. So next, on which point or on which factor we can say that acid or base are strong means, we have study here. We know that we know how acid base indicator can be used to distinguish between acid and base. So you already studied in the earlier class that or previous class we classified the acid or base using different indicator. One is one natural indicator and a synthetic indicator. So what is a natural indicator? What are the examples of natural indicator means? Litmus paper, geranium, petroleum, hydrangea, and lead cabbage leaves. These are the turmeric. These are called as a natural indicator. What are the synthetic indicator means? Phenolphthalein, methyl. And using these indicators, you will identifying the whether it is a acidic solution or basic solution. We have also learnt in the previous section that about dilution and decrease in the concentration of H plus ions or OH minus ions in a solution. Can we quantitatively find the amount of these ions present in a solution? So you already know that the definition of dilution. So mixing of acid or base with water is called as the dilution process, correct? Can we judge how strong a given acid or base? So but we are saying that acid is mixed with water is called as the diluted, and the water is does not mix with any solution of acid or base is called as the concentrated. Means how you can say that how much this is diluted and how much it is concentrated and diluted, meaning that the so which one is the weak acid and which one is the strong. That diluted means weak, concentrated means strong. How can we say that a strong acid or a weak acid or a weak base or strong base? That you have to study here. That is done by the some instrument called as the universal indicator. So like that natural indicator and synthetic indicator. That is another indicator comes here, universal indicator. We can do this by making use of universal indicator, which is a mixture of several indicator. One more question here. So what is one more question? What is a universal indicator? Means you can write it is the mixture of several indicator. It is a mixture of several indicator is called as the universal indicator. One more question. What is universal indicator? Means you can write mixture of several indicator is called as the universal indicator. The universal indicator shows different colors at a different concentration of hydrogen ions in a solution. So here that universal indicator shows the different color of different concentration of hydrogen ions. So hydrogen ions is differ in a solution, means that will changes in its color. So different ions, different color. More color means that contain more ions in it. A scale for measuring hydrogen ions concentration in a solution are called as the pH scale has been developed here. So the measuring of hydrogen ions in a solution that called as the pH scale. What is a pH scale? One more question that very important. What is a pH scale? Means in a solution that will measures the concentration of hydronium ions. A scale measuring hydrogen ions concentration in a solution are called as the pH scale. What is pH scale? One more question. Scale for measuring hydrogen ions concentration in a solution are called as the pH scale. Very important. One more question. What is one more question? Means what is pH scale? Means you can write here the measuring of hydrogen ions concentration in a solution are called as the pH scale. The pH stand for potential. So in German, so pH, so P for potential means power. So P potential means power. So in German language, P is called as the potential. Potential meaning is called as the power. So on the H means you already know the hydrogen. Power of hydrogen is called as the pH scale only. On the pH scale, we can measure pH generally from 0 to 14 values. That pH scale contain from values 0 to 14 values. That pH scale contain what is the range of pH scale? Means we can write here 0 to 14 or 0 to 14 numbers like your scale. So you are using in geometry, so that we have used the scale that contains the 1 to 15 centimeter, like that only here 0 to 14 numbers. pH should be thought of simply as a number of which indicates the acidic or a basic nature of the solution. Higher the hydronium ion concentration, lower its pH value. So here that simple like your scale that will shows the whether it is a acidic or a basic. If the more number of hydronium ions concentration means that the lower the pH value. So more hydronium ions means less pH value. Remember that. So the pH of neutral solution. There are three types of solution. One is the neutral solution, and is the acidic solution. Third one is the basic solution. There are three types of solution. One is the neutral solution, second one acid, and third one the basic. So what is neutral solution? The pH of the solution which contain 7 is called as the neutral solution. The pH of neutral solution is 7. The value less than on the pH scale represents acidic solution. The pH value increases from 7 to 14. It represents an increase in OH minus ions concentration in the solution. So what is here acidic solution and basic solution means? So remember the acidic solution, the solution which contain less than 7. The solution which contain less than 7 means less than 7 pH scale is called as acidic solution. The solution which contain more than 7 within the 7 to 14 means that is called as the basic solution. The neutral, what is neutral solution means the solution which contain exactly 7 means is called as the neutral solution. Either it is not acidic or basic. This is the simple acidic or basic solution. So the pH of neutral solution is 7. The value is less than 7 on the pH scale is represent acidic solution. The pH value increases from 7 to 14 is called as the basic solution. That is, increases in the strength of alkali, generally paper implemented with the universal indicator used as the measuring scale. So this is the simple measuring scale that will measures the pH scale. So this is the neutral solution, and this is the acidic solution, and this is the basic solution. So exact 7 is called as the neutral solution, and below 7 is called as the acidic solution. Here comes 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, that is called as the basic solution. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is called as the strong acid. Here which one is the strong acid and which one is the weak acid means, so at the 1 or a 0, that will having the more acid, and that 14 value shows the strong base. 1 value indicates the strong acid and 14 value indicates the strong base. This is the today's topic. We will continue tomorrow. Thank you for watching.